Welcome. Welcome to Sunday Coffee Hour. I'm Stanley Smith. This week at Coffee Hour, we talked about Requiem for the Living, Prime Minister's questions, being indoctrinated into Buddhism, and what it means to be a spirit-filled church. The readings at Washington National Cathedral were from Exodus, I am that I am, and from Corinthians, no testing has ever overtaken you that is not common to everyone. The sermon at National was, when bad things happen to good people, someone's just got to be to blame. At 17th Church of Christ Scientists, the readings were from Exodus, God is the Logos, and from Isaiah, the grass withers and the flower fades, and that Mary Magdalene mistakes Christ for the gardener when she enters into the tomb. One of our guests at Coffee Hour shared that her fellow co-worker's body was pulled out of Lake Michigan this week. She suspects foul play. I didn't have the heart to tell her that retired police and off-duty security will tell you that in Chicago, they pull bodies out of the lake and river all the time. She suspects foul play because her coworker was a transgender woman. We discussed personal pronouns briefly, God is the Logos, and I am that I am, and about updated versions of the Bible. Do these serve our purpose or God's purpose? Humanity is God's creation and not our creation. Community requires a social compact, and that compact is in most cases inexorable because this compact is the communion. When Mary Magdalene stumbles into the tomb, she doesn't know who she's talking to, so she identifies God as the gardener. And I suppose when they pulled the body out of Lake Michigan this week, they hopefully identified it first as a person, and a man and a woman second. We have to see the humanity in each other, regardless of how we identify ourselves and each other. I came across the Elizabeth Bishop poem this week, One Art, which is about the art of disaster. Commentary about the poem said that the work is what is called a villanelle. A villanelle is a tightly packaged and rather rigid form that must be adhered to. The topic of the poem is loss and losing, which is very difficult and something we all try to avoid and distance ourselves from. But like the structure of the villanelle, our lives have a similar structure that is equally inexorable and inescapable. But like the reading at National, no testing has overtaken us that is not uncommon to everyone. We must complete the next line always of this poem and of our lives. And why would we want to escape any of this anyway? Because this is life itself. The structure and form, regardless of our own personal pronouns, must be adhered to. At National Cathedral, they said they had guests today from every continent on the planet except Antarctica. National, just like the villanelle, is an amazing structure, and we must abide by the structure. Are we here to reinvent the Logos, the word, or are we here to deliver a message? And what is the message? Does it have structure and form, or is it just railing against reality? In the past, we had the window dressing of every moral and social convention. And was this problematic, inauthentic, and restrictive? Perhaps, but it provided a structure that one could abide by even if we were not a very good person. We used to have the concept of faking it until you're making it, and that seemed to have served humanity pretty good, whether we were talking to God or talking to the gardener. Dismantling everything that is bright and beautiful in the world in the name of humanity is not serving God's will, but it's serving something else. And what is that something else? It's called inhumanity. If you would like to join us at Sunday Coffee Hour, I will include my email in the description of this video, and I'll be happy to send you an invite. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.